go. Wolfpack. Yo, I'm feeling good today. Hopefully you guys are too. Guys, what is going on? Savage here. Today we'll be diving into a random quads game where I just spectate quad after quad after quad because they just keep killing each other off. Now in this gameplay, we'll be covering mainly their mistakes. I really just want to focus on the mistakes. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the Wolfpack today. Also leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 800 likes. And if you guys are tired of playing by yourself and you're looking for teammates, join our Discord community. The link to that will be in the description below. And if you're not familiar with Discord is, it's an app that you can get on your phone or on your computer, and it's basically a community forum where you guys can come together utilizing our looking for groups pages. And we have it set up to where you have Oceanic servers, you have UK servers, United States servers, Asian servers. So there's a page for everybody. We've had a lot of people in the community find each other, come together, and they've just made really good friends and they play together on the regular. So if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure you join our Discord today. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, guys, so here we are doing what I do best, breaking my ankles. Like I said before, the purpose of the series isn't to just post high kill gameplay. Even though it's entertaining, there are a lot of channels that do that. The purpose of this channel and the purpose of the series is to help you guys get better, because believe it or not, I truly want you guys to get better at this game, because I know how much of a struggle this game can be if you're lacking in skill. All right, so here we have a squad, the R2F squad, and they're already down 2 teammates. Now, first mistake, they're down 2 teammates. Your boy Raw is in a fight and we're just laying prone sitting here. That would be fine if our dude rounded the corner and we're watching his back as he runs to safety. That would be a fine play. But because he's pushing in and challenging these guys, we need to be near our teammate. You don't want to be exactly on them because then they could collateral you. But guess what? You have a thermite. You can't see it because my big ass head is right here, but there it is right there. You have a thermite, so you definitely want to utilize the thermite to your advantage. So I don't like the play of him just letting his teammate go in by himself while he goes prone. And again, if your teammate was falling back, you had the right idea, because people will be trying to flank and come at you from a different angle. Now let's talk about what the enemy team did here, and they did something beautiful. So they knew that our dude's teammate was sitting right here holding this door. And while one guy was sitting here peeking and trying to get shots and distracting the enemy, you had an enemy come from the right-hand side and from the left-hand side. Let's get a little rewind on this. So they're in a fight right now, and you know, it's kind of a hard thing to fight. When someone's holding the door and holding that angle, it's a really hard thing to fight. So what happens as soon as he goes down, guess what his teammates do? One comes from the right side to shoot him in the back, and then late into the push comes the second guy. And they played it well. When you guys are fighting, y'all don't want to funnel in. So if the enemy team would have funneled in through this door, even if they would have killed Raw, we would have had their ass. We would have had them. We would have been able to kill them and get a triple kill relatively easy as long as Ghost hit his shots. But because they're able to spread out, flank the enemy, and then dive in relatively at the same time, they're able to win the fight. Of course, at the cost of their teammates. But when they push, they should have pushed in together instead of the guy on the right first, and then he goes down, and then the guy on the left. It just needs to be a little bit more in sync, but they had the right idea. All right, so now here we are spectating Perp Skirt Bro. Perp Skirt Bro. Alrighty. All right, so of course, instantly, without hesitation, Wake It Up goes ahead and buys our teammate back, and we go ahead and instantly buy the loadout drop. Now, this may seem like Savage, that's what you're supposed to do, but you know how many random games we've been spectating lately where they just sit on $10,000, $20,000, they don't buy shit. So it's nice to see some random teams actually buying loadouts and buying their teammates back without wasting any time, because again, time management is crucial. So now we're in a position where the circle is rotating through downtown, or technically Promenade. It may be past Promenade. We're not sure because we can't see the full map, but we got to get out. And there's not really much we can do around here. We have 4 most wanted bounties we don't need, and we have a supply run, which we don't really need. So I wouldn't go for anything like that. So definitely, of course, make your way to safety while you can. You don't want to sit here and ghetto loot and just loot building after building after building when we already have our loadout, when we already have our classes, when we already have our loot, and we're good to go. So at this point, when we're just running around trying to get safe, you can go ahead and pick up a flag bounty if you choose. I love the flag strategy, and I will be making a video next week. And what the flags do, if you guys are new to the game, is it tells you where the next circle is going to be before anyone else knows it, unless they've already done the flag. So I love the flag strategy because you can go ahead and predetermine where the end circle is going to be at, and then just sit up and wait. You can sit up in camp if you choose to. I, for one, like to get my flags first, and then once they're all done, then I'll go around and chase some kills down. And then once that last circle is getting close, I'll go ahead and figure out my rotation and get to the best position that I know possible. But we do have bounties. I definitely in this position want to get a bounty 100%, because the chance of the bounty being marked outside the circle, which is on the edge of the gas like we are, is high. So you want a bounty right now, because if a guy's running into safety, he's going to be distracted and you can catch him up real quick. Also, taking multiple vehicles is a very good tactic as well. I'm not a fan of taking vehicles in the first place, I'm gonna be honest, because that was the first circle. The first circle does move faster than any other circle. Also, when you're looking at the white circle and then you look at the red circle, the bigger side, the bigger gap, moves faster than the smaller gap. It doesn't just move in at the same time and collapse. The bigger side will go in fast, and then the smaller side will slowly collapse with it until it's collapsed on the zone. But again, in this position, you can go for flags, you can go for bounties. Because we're downtown, bounties wouldn't be a bad position, but you need to make the decision based off, do you want to deal with campers? Because that's probably what you're going to have to deal with. But again, I don't like taking vehicles because if you guys watched my stream the other day, I literally made an entire stream dedicated to shooting people out of vehicles and how easy it was. One of the guys I was playing with is a controller player, and he said it's not as easy to shoot people out of vehicles on controller as it is mouse and keyboard. And I believe him because he's got a 6 KD, and he's pretty good at it. So if he says it's a struggle, it's got to be a struggle. Now, let's talk about what's going on here. All right, so we have a vehicle behind us shooting at us, right? So we have a little bit of a pursuit going on, which I love pursuits, right? You need to start shooting at them, you start throwing things. So our teammate jumps out by the tree. Great play by the teammate. He jumped out near cover. I love that. Don't jump out in the open like this dude does. This is why I paused the video and rewinded it, because I was running my mouth while he did this. So he jumps out of the vehicle with no cover. He's very lucky we don't splat him. He's extremely lucky. Again, if you want to jump out of vehicles, I'm for that 100%, especially since you don't have a trophy system. But this guy should have jumped out by the rock, should have jumped out by the tree. Now, jumping out again is a great strategy, because as we're distracted at shooting the guys in the vehicle, if he would have jumped out behind the rock and no one saw him, he'd have a whole different line of sight on us and can get some easy kills. This enemy team could possibly win this fight, but it doesn't look too promising because, well, they're just gonna let them splat each other. Oh my god. All right, in this position here too, we've got everyone down except for one guy. Both of you guys need to jump out and kill this dude. Don't let him come over here and execute our teammates. Or if you wanted, have the guy in the back seat jump out and try to fight him as you try to splat him and kind of hit him from both ways. What you don't want to have happen, all right, just like that, I love it. Italy Swag jumped out, and while we were driving in a circle, he went ahead and got the kill while he was distracted with our vehicle. That's a great strat. What you don't want to happen is both of y'all guys are sitting in the vehicle, and you're circling, trying to get that splat just because it's funny, and we know it is, and then he executes your teammate, or he shoots you at the vehicle. So good play by Italy Swag. Shout out to Italy. Good play by Italy Swag, getting the kill and saving his teammate, honestly. So now here we are, dude. The fight went beautifully. We all survived. A couple of us went down, but that's fine. The rest of the teammates were able to play it in. Now, be aware, there are guys falling in. I don't utilize the announcer's voice. I should, and I'm gonna recommend that you guys do as well. Turn the announcer's voice on. That way, when people are parachuting in near you, he'll tell you, and y'all can instantly divert and shoot these guys out the air. Because if this dude would have had it, he could have easily blazed that kid down as he was parachuting in. Unfortunately for us, we have this guy here. Well, not really that unfortunate anymore. But we have this guy here sitting here just waiting to clean us up. Because of the trophy systems, again, guys, utilize trophy systems if you're driving vehicles. Sometimes you'll be put in a position where you have to drive a vehicle without one. That's fine, but if you don't have a trophy system in your vehicle, don't push up on enemies. Don't try to splat them, because if they have C4s or sticky, you're gonna get fucked up. All right, but this team seems pretty aware. I mean, he's plating utilizing the vehicle as cover, which is a great play, great strat. It seems very basic, but again, a lot of players in this game that are new don't do it. And as you've seen in my past 3 videos, it really hasn't been going that well for them. Also, one thing I wanted to talk about that we didn't touch on was the guy who was hiding by the bridge that decided to 1v4 us. If you guys are in a position where you're outnumbered, instead of going for the execute, trying to get your KD up and look like a badass, you guys have a better chance to improve at the game if instead of going for the execution, utilize that ammo and utilize that time to down his other teammates. Because that guy who killed Italy, he may have been able to down 2 or 3 of us, or even got a squad wipe if he would have tried. But a lot of players, they get super tunnel vision. They're like, I want to get that 1 kill. But in the end, again, that 1 kill doesn't matter. The objective is not to execute one guy. It's to execute the whole team, right? You want to get the entire team fight won and done before you start executing anyone. Now, if you're in a long range fight, that goes out the window. Execute that bastard before you can get res for sure. But if you're in a close range fight and you're not safe enough to execute, do not. All right, so there's actually a whole team up here. There's a whole team in front of us. There's a whole team in front of us, and we knew there's a whole team in front of us. Now, unfortunately for Perp, he decided to jump out at the wrong time. But Savage, you said you should jump out if you're by cover and he's by a tree. Yeah, the tree's cool, But if you look back, let's rewind it a little bit. If you look back, there are two enemies that we can see, right? And they're at different positions. They're at different angles. One's right here who's got an angle on this side of the tree, and one's right here who's got an angle on this side of the tree. Not to mention, we didn't hug the tree anyway. We're kind of in the open with the tree kind of blocking us from one of the guys. So if you want to jump out of the vehicle, that's fine. But I would have rather my teammates take me up on the higher ground, either make it a level playing field or have the advantage on the higher ground, and then fight. The last thing I want to do is jump out on the low ground and sit here this far back from the tree, ignore the screen tear, and then have the enemies have a clear line of sight on you. Granted, one of them is blinded by the tree, so good job, I think. But this guy right here has a pure line of sight on you, and it's just not a good play at all. That dude really just bunny hopped you to down you. What a savage. What a savage. All right, but there's a war going on up here, dude. You got the vehicle driving around. One of his teammates, it looks like, jumped out of the vehicle again. And here we are in a position where teamwork and communication matter. Whenever you're playing as a team, the driver needs to be the one to tell you guys, okay, hop out. That way you guys can hop out together and fight them 3v3, 3v4, whatever it is. And meanwhile, the vehicle could then change their position and get a different angle on the enemy, and y'all could essentially pinch them. But what's happening right now is y'all are jumping out the vehicle one at a time, and you're being picked off one by one by one. So it's not looking good. And again, that just comes down to basic communication. All right, so here we are now. Technically we're in a 1v. I think there's only 3 targets. I did not see a 4th. I may be mistaken. Technically we're soloing right now because our teammate's down there doing whatever it is he's doing. And I don't like this position at all because we're sitting in the open and we're crouch walking. What do I always say not to do? Don't crouch walk. I would be sprinting to this ridge to get an angle on the enemy if I decided to fight them. And you're going to need to, because the circle's coming in. You're about to be forced out anyway. So you want to go ahead and get this ridge and utilize the ridge to get the kills and at least pepper the enemy. Not to mention, your teammate needs to be with you. Don't know what he's doing. He has no money, so he can't buy back your teammates. This is just bad juju. Bad juju. Not to mention, if the enemy team does bail from the fight, guess what they're going to do? They're probably either A, going for their free loadout drop, or B, they're going to be sprinting across the street to get to safety. Even though this is technically safe, this isn't a good spot to hold, so a lot of people would go ahead and push across. So you need to go ahead and rotate, that way you can get the kills, or you can catch them in the open. And again, because we're deciding to get in fights, standing in the open, not utilizing trees, not utilizing rocks as cover, we get down relatively easy. All right, so both of those guys died. Fortunately, one of our teammates did win their gulags. They're coming back in right now as well. Now, because the entire team just wiped us, the last thing I want to do is lay in here on the loadout drop. Now, risk it for the biscuit, boys. Do what your gut tells you to do. But one of two things are going to happen. One, they're going to know you're coming back for your stuff. Or they at least know you're around, because the last guy they killed was not an instant. It was not a team wipe. It was a down. Why? Because we were coming back in from outer space. So they know that there's another player around here somewhere, and they're probably looking for you. 2, when you do have to push across, you're going to push across by yourself. Yes, you have an ATV right next to you, but you're going to have to run down that hill out in the open to get to it. And the chance of getting shot is really high right now. I'll be highly surprised if he survives this. His best bet is to go to the ATV, 100%. 100%. Almost has enough to buy a teammate back too. It's pretty nice, not gonna lie. So he grabbed his ghost class and was smart enough to go back to his loot. Now, I don't know what his plan is right now, but he needs to get to that vehicle and get a different position. He only needs $500. He only needs $500 to get his teammate back. He's in a winnable situation. I wouldn't say winnable, but he could prolong this match a very long time. But because we're overstaying our welcome, if you're sitting by yourself, you just need to dip. Don't overstay your welcome, especially when you're soloing quads. Then that looked like it was a second team, to be honest, because it came from a whole different angle. Both of them just won their gulag. Hell yeah, let's go. We're still spectating the same team. Yay. All right, so now this is the common what the hell do we do right now position, right? We're long floating. We're trying to come up with a plan, trying to decide what to do. Oh, I thought they both won. I guess green got screwed and had to die. Right now, exactly. This is exactly what I would do. The circle's still relatively big enough to where you could grab the most wanted bounty and be safe. However, he's going to grab the most wanted bounty first. I would grab the vehicle first, drive it to the most wanted bounty, and then paint myself on the map. The last thing you want to do is paint yourself on the map, especially at a compound like this. There's usually a team here. The moment that you grab this and you go live on their mini-map, they're coming for you, and you're going to have to run relatively in the open. Even if you utilize this building to bounce, you're going to have this huge spot right here to cross in the open, and you run the risk of getting headshot or shit on in general, right? So I definitely would grab the vehicle first, drive this building, and then roll out, but he may get lucky. We'll see what happens. I just think it's the better strategy. Also, I'm down with this. Look, if you got the most wanted bounty, you have a pistol, you're better off just looting a box and getting out, right? If you can find an extra plate, do that too. So I don't mind him kind of, you know, ghetto looting in this position because he could find the plates needed and find some ammo to where he could actually defend himself. Dead silence too. Beautiful. Beautiful. Switch out that pistol for that other gun, but that's neither here nor there. But now's the time that this gives me anxiety. Running the open, trying to get to the vehicle. He did get lucky, it looks like. And now we just have to drive around and survive for 2.5 minutes. It's not as hard as many people think it is. It really isn't. A lot of people are afraid to grab these bounties because it puts them on the map. But again, when it's a big circle like this, everyone's gonna be spread out. You have this big ass circle and there's only 44 enemies left. The chance of you running into somebody, if you drive the correct areas, is slim to nothing. Now, this is something you don't want to do. When you have the most wanted bounty, you don't want to drive on the outside of the circle because you're going to run into a team that's playing the edge. It always happens, and that's exactly what he's about to do. What you want to do in the position where you have the most wanted bounty is you want to stay on the edge of the circle, but you want to stay on the edge that's inbounds and also avoid compounds. And because of the circle's positioning towards like the dam area, I don't know how far it is across, but it's up there in that area. There are going to be some hills and stuff you could just drive back and forth on to stay safe because most of the time players won't be in the hills. But here we are driving loud as hell. We have a bounty on us too. We're driving right to the bounty. I didn't think about that. Yeah, this guy's got a bounty on us and we're driving right to him. Oh, weird. Absolutely weird. And I think you know what happens. I mean, good on him trying to get the fight out and going down with the guns blazing. I fuck with that. Now, on the flip side, we are now in a vulnerable position too because this shit sucks, right? We have a very huge opening we have to cross. So looking at where we're at on the map, we're gonna die. This team's dead. We don't have to talk about it. GG's. Get some F's in chat for this dude. We have hangars to our left. Definitely gonna have people there, and we have TV station to our right. So we're definitely have people there. People rotating out of TV station out of the compounds to our left. People rotating out of hangars to our right. The chance of surviving is slim to shit. I don't know what his main weapon is, but I really hope he has a sniper so he can get a pick and hopefully get the safety. But as you're running, you want to bounce from tree to tree. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't matter. There's no trees in this big ass gap in front of us. So, I don't think they had a vehicle either. So we'll see what happens, man. Weird. Oh, you hate to see it, dude. You hate to see it. Sitting on 10 grand too. Rip. I know there's a train coming to us. We could have hopped on the train and got safe. However, he is sitting on $15,000. That's a lot of money. You can get back all 3 of your teammates. Now, I like the fact that he didn't take the vehicle because if he would have taken the vehicle, it would have just alerted every enemy around you that you're there. And you would have died probably before you got to the buy station, mostly because we're on the edge of the circle and this is a great gatekeeping spot. Whenever the edge is in hangars, usually you can guarantee there's going to be people on these buildings acting like little groundhogs and popping up and shooting you, right? So even if he does die, he'll have enough time to buy back all 3 of his teammates, which is absolutely awesome. So he was able to sneak in there instead of going in with his motor loud as hell and then everyone looking at him and shooting him. Also, be aware, again, there's people over there, but be aware of the helicopter sitting at the compound down here on the mini map too. But like I said, it's being gate kept. It's a great gatekeeping position. Unfortunately for Patrick, I don't know how many enemies are on this enemy team, but I would assume it's probably a full team. Fortunately for him, his teammate is giving him accurate callouts and accurate pings, which is great. If you guys are flying back in the air, don't just sit there and mind your business. You want to look at your teammate who's on the ground in the middle of a fight and give pings. You want to ping the enemy. That way your teammate can survive this 1v whatever it is. I love the fact that he's utilizing concussions as well to his advantage. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to get this because of his ammo situation. Damn, you hate to see that, man. You hate to see it. But regardless, we're in a shit position. We're in a very shit position. The team that just wiped the rest of our team is on the next building and at the buy station. They're probably going to push us too. So we're technically being third party right now. You definitely want to go ahead and move yourself to the next building. I wouldn't have shot that guy, mostly because, again, he probably has his loadout. We do not have our loadout. And also there's enemies behind us and enemies over here. We want to try our best to sneak our way to this building, which is safe, and hopefully win this fight and then hold that roof from the enemies. Again, though, a 1v4 situation, no matter how you look at it, is a very hard thing to win. That just takes practice and a lot of skill. There's no strategy that I can tell you guys to get better at 1v4s. You just have to put yourself in that position a lot and just work it. You got to work it, girl. Work it. All right, he's under us clearly. Jumped off the roof. He's coming up the staircase. He's about to, at least. This guy has no idea. He's about to get snuck in the side. He's actually not coming in to kill us. That's weird. I know he jumped off the roof, 100%. If he's up here. Did y'all hear that too? I swear to God, I heard someone jump off the roof. Maybe there were two of them up here. I don't know. But here we are in a position where the guy who we were shooting at originally is downed. And you don't ever want to slow peek a glare, bro. Ever. All right, here we are. This is getting more in-game now, and Eclipse and his dude Singe are moving out to safety, and I like that. There are way too many fights going on over there, way too many different teams shooting at each other. To try to organize that, especially when you only have two of you up. I know there's at least two teams close to them, or there were. It could have even been three with that sniper over by that helicopter area. I would have probably bailed from the situation too. You don't want to overstay your welcome, and if you feel like there are multiple teams around you and you can't handle them both, you need to bail from the fight and reposition, and that's exactly what they're doing. Not to mention they're going after objectives, scavenger objectives, to get their teammates back. Now, when you're sniping, you don't want to sit up here. You don't want to sit on a rooftop and ADS and scan around. That's not a good sniper technique. You want to not be in your scope. You want to look around, and then when you see a target, when you see movement, then you want to scope in and get the shot off. What you're doing here is you're limiting your field of view. Instead of seeing a wide variety of things, you're only seeing what you're seeing here. And also it puts your body vulnerable because you're slow walking, because when you're ADS, you walk slower, you sidestep slower. So even though he's moving around, he runs a risk of getting shot in the freaking skull. So I don't like that either. All right, but we do have a scavenger available. We should probably go ahead and start doing that, right? Now, you don't have to. It is a tight circle. That's completely up to you. I probably would try to just win this game with two people for multiple reasons. One, I don't see a buy station. There may be one at garage, but I don't think there's one that's going to be safe. Hey, there is. It's a garage. Perfect. But you need to do it fast before that buy station gets flustered out. Not to mention garage's buy station, bro. That's going to be a balls you want to go to because you have airport roof and people love camping airport rooftops. All right, so right now they're kind of going back and forth. They went for one scav, now they're coming back to this building. They're going for scavs, they're coming back. This guy right here, Singe, is clearly not confident in his gunplay because he is just hugging our ass. I don't care if there's a bounty next to it. I really don't. If you decided in game to pick up a scav, you need to go ahead and capitalize on it. Otherwise, don't pick it up. Again, I wouldn't have picked it up. I would have run two people in the end of this game. Oh, he's sending us to do it. What a dick. Good shit, dude. No. 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 Don't do this. Dude. Don't do this. So there's a couple of things you could do in this situation. You could play the I'm sorry, I can't focus right now. You could play the dealership building, which is where they were just at, which is where they got the vehicle from. Now there's going to be people here. It's on the edge of the circle, and there's a buy station here. I called that earlier. That's a given. There's no strategy to that. They should have played the dealership building. They could utilize the second floor. They could have got on the rooftop. Granted, the rooftop is vulnerable to the guys sitting on top of airport. Weird. I called that one too. But they are vulnerable to the guys on the rooftop, but they could still get some shots off because they both had snipers. But that team's dead. Let's move on. Now, let's rewind to what this kid does. All right, so slow peeking is never the way. If you feel like someone's up there, you need to peek fast. You need to jitter them, right? You need to jitter step, because if you're slow peeking and they have better frames than you, or they see your shoulder and you can't see them, because what happens is when you're slow peeking, your shoulder goes out first, and then your torso, and then your head, right? And then once your head goes out, then you can see them. So you're putting almost, I'd say 30% of your body vulnerable before you can even see the target. Now, if this dude would have had a sniper rifle, you would have been dead. We see him here, and then we even peek it slower. We're ADS and we're slow peeking it. Right now, boom, I would shoot him in the face. I would instantly fuck this man up. There is no reason for this guy not to. Now, it looks like he has an AR, so that's probably his reason. But still, he should be blazing him down right now. Bad play right here. Yo, if he was able to get the down, I would have lost my shit. PKM is savage, boys. Use the PKM. Don't sleep on it. It's been good since day one. Day one. I think my dude Sean P has been like the only person that like was using it when this game first came out, and it's still one of the most destructive guns in the game. Now, this is something I can't get used to, bro. Oh my god. What is happening? No! Bro, what in the hell is happening right here? Okay, okay. Do I need to give tactics and strategy on this one, guys? Or is this pretty self-explanatory? What not to do. All right, so gives me a headache. So guys, the first thing you need to do is throw fear away. You got to stop being afraid in this game. You have to. But what you could do is one teammate could be behind this pillar, keeping their eyes on different things. One teammate could be behind this pillar. One teammate could be sitting back here while the other one's over here. So you guys want to stay spread out. That way, if someone does wrap around the corner, they don't just have to throw a C4 and a sticky grenade to kill you or a thermite to kill you. Also, you guys want to get a line of sight of what's going on. You don't have to engage in fights. You don't have to sit out there and hard peek and just sit there and be like, hey guys, what's up? What's going on? But you guys want to occasionally peek out and be like, all right, that's safe. There's an enemy up there. There's an enemy right there. And start analyzing and thinking and start analyzing in your head where the enemies are at. We know that there's a bounty right there. We know there's guys on the rooftop. So that's already 2 of the 4 teams accounted for. So all we have to do is get eyes on the other 2 teams, and then we can start making logical plays. That's how this game works, especially late game. You need to make logical plays. This is just not a good one. Not at all. There should be a guy at this pillar. There should be a guy on the wall. There should be guys spread out right now. That way, if they do see an enemy, they can start shooting at them from different angles. All we're doing now is hiding. We're losing out on kills. We're losing out on positioning, and we're losing out on sight of the enemy. And the reason why you want to kind of get in your head where all the enemies are at is if the circle rotates. What if the circle rotates this way and we're not paying attention to what's going on? Yeah, we know there's guys above us. Yeah, we know where the bounty is, but because we're not getting visual on anything else, we're not able to pre-plan a safe route to the next circle. We don't know if someone's on top of this building right here and they're going to shoot us because we're in the open. We don't know if someone's on the bridge and they're going to be able to shoot down on us. We don't know if there's already a guy at dealership and he's going to shoot us when we go to him. We don't know because we're hiding and we're refusing to look at the enemies. All right, so the circle is shifted, and I now know where 3 teams are at. So I know there's guys on the roof, and I know there's 2 teams over here. We're still missing 1 team, which is fine. But now we can make a little bit more of an educated decision on where to push. Of course, you want to push in this area. You want to push while you hear enemies fighting. That way they're distracted. Like right now. Right now is a good time to push up because they're not going to be looking at you. They're going to be looking at whoever they're shooting at. The longer we wait to push, the more opportunity the enemy's teams have at searching and scanning the area for us. Now Bush ends up going over there to get a different angle. Hell yeah. All right, I'm not a fan of this at all. You want to go to the circle. We're going away from the circle. We're going away and we're hiding behind a bus. We need to start working our way to the building. I would have played the wall because the chance of these guys looking down is slim. Again, they were in combat. They're not even looking at us now. They're just jumping for the rooftop. You want to get the roof of this building. You want to get this building in general. They should have pushed instantly, taken over this building, fought whoever was there and thugged it out. But now they're in a position where they're going to have to run in the open and they're going to shoot at the enemies. No, absolutely not. Bad Raz. No, you don't do that. We're in a bad position. We have no cover. We're out in the open. They have the height advantage. We're all hiding behind the same piece of cover and we're going to shoot like a badass. What? No, just because you see the enemies doesn't mean you have to shoot. Guys, holy crap. Because when we shoot, not only do we piss them off, we piss out everyone off around us. They all know where we're at now. I'm really surprised nobody was by the garage. Oh, there he is. Hey, I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Not a garage, dealership. My bad. Well, I guess technically that's a garage. But again, these guys are gonna allow themselves to be pushed out by gas, and we're gonna get absolutely blitzed down, or maybe not. Holy crap! We actually survived. Dude, these guys, y'all ever seen that meme of all the soldiers hiding behind the same car? That's what they are. They literally hide behind the same piece of cover. This is the 3rd time in a row. First, the barricade that they had put up, then the bus, which is pretty funny for the meme, and then, of course, this wall. And again, when you're playing squads, trios, or duos, you guys want to be relatively close. Don't separate drastically, but you want to be kind of separated. All of you guys sitting on top of each other, though, if I was to peek this roof and I had a PKM, a Bruin, a Kilo, and I had another teammate with the same thing, we blaze you guys down faster than you guys could even realize we were there. So this is a very bad play. So right now, with the circle pushing in 1 second, we need to take this building over right this second. Don't wait. Get your ass up to the roof, because then when you're on this roof, you could jump to this little ledge by airport and be safe on the high ground. Yes, there's a team there, but you're going to have to fight them. All right, Purple's got the right idea. Purple's pushing up. We're not. And Purple's actually not pushing up. He just got to the building. You guys want to get the high ground? You want to get the high ground? Oh, yeah. Wow. ADS sensitivity is a must. If you guys have not adjusted your ADS sensitivity, stop watching the video right now. Go load up Modern Warfare and change it, because this aim right here, it's not because he's a bad aimer. I mean, he is, but it's not entirely his fault. It's because he hasn't messed with the settings yet. Not to mention, one, he's using the wrong gun. He has a PKM. Why is he using an MP5 at this range is beyond me, especially when there's 2 enemies. Why not the PKM? PKM will be more accurate at range. PKM will be able to take out both enemies because of the ammo count and all the above. But I want you guys to pay attention to his aim. He's all over the place. He's just spraying and praying. He got 2 lucky hits. He got 2 lucky hits, and that was it. Now, what's he going to do? He's going to round this corner and look left. But I want you guys to pay attention to his mini-map. There's still a player in play here. He might be down. He might be down. But I think he's alive because we didn't shoot him. That's for damn sure. And we run the risk, if we just focus on the guy around the corner, we run the risk of getting shot in the side. So let's see what happens. All right, we got the kill. Hell yeah. And we got Blaze from the guy to the right. Weird. Weird. But again, if we would have got to the rooftop, we could have avoided that fight, jumped to the rooftop, and then fought the other team and had a really good position for the circle. In this situation, there's really nothing you can do. There's the guy on top of the roof just blazing down your teammates. You're not even going to make it to gas, and neither is Purple. He might have a gas mask, but he's going to get shot by these guys up top for sure. I don't think we'll be able to spectate him before he dies. Yeah, gas is moving too fast. GG. The 1v2 still. No one's died. There it is. GG. This was a really fun video to spectate. A lot of things were just messing up for sure. We spectated some good teams. We spectated some bad teams. This gave us a wide variety of things to do and things not to do. So I love the fact we were able to analyze this. Thank you guys for watching. If y'all have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and like this video also. Don't forget to join the Discord community. But guys, y'all have a good one. Again, thank y'all for 53,000 subscribers. And until next time, good luck in Warzone. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out one of these 2 videos over here. And definitely don't forget to subscribe and leave a like on the video. You have a good one. Until next time, keep on improving.